But let's jump right in first with the album that came out this week, that Black Thought and L. Michaels Affair. Uh, I'm just gonna jump right out there and say, to me, this is album of the year
Yeah, probably.
so far. So far, I think this has surpassed the Sky Zoo, which is what I had as album of the year. And I love this album from front to back. So, Bryson, you look like you're not agreeing. So go ahead.
Nah, he was rapping on there for sure. He was rapping.
Yeah.
That's my only take. The whole album. I put it on. I was in HEB. I was like, yeah, this nigga rapping, but I don't want to hear this at all.
Oh, what was wrong with it?
He just rap like, I don't know, man. The young generation, we don't want to hear that, dog. We ain't trying to listen to nobody just rap for 40 minutes straight. Give me some melodies. It's cool, but it's slow. I'm
Well,
never
that's
playing this in a car.
that's what Michael's Affair was. They were doing the melodies and the singing in the background
Yeah.
and all that stuff. You think that they did a good job doing all that?
Nah, he was rapping. He was rapping though, dog. That's what I gotta say. He was
So
rapping.
you didn't like the band additions to it. You just all you talking about is Black Thought. What about the rest?
It was cool. I mean, it didn't sound bad. Like, I'm not gonna say it's a bad album. I just not something that I would probably ever listen to again. I will listen to it again since y'all said it's album of the year, but it definitely didn't leave that impression on me the first time.
All right. Well, you don't gotta be shy, bro. We here to give our honest opinions. I don't know why you why you being scared.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I don't like talking about legends like that. All right, so
I
Ah,
mean,
yeah.
look, man. Plenty of people don't like Black Thought or don't not really ready for that type of the music that he's making. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's all good. It's music. Everybody don't have to like it.
Yeah.
all right. Well, I don't really have many. So let's talk about the album in general, because I'll tell you right now, right off the bat, I like every song on here. I mean, if we go through it track for track, there's not a single song I would skip. To me, there's
Yep,
not a single one that was like yeah.
yep.
So I enjoyed the whole thing. So let's talk about it in general, what we liked about the album or what we didn't like about the album. So first off, let's start with the production. What do y'all think of this production? Black Thought has worked now at this point with some really dope producers on his Streams of Thought, and then he worked with Danger Mouse and the Cheat Codes, or not? Yeah, and then now he's with band, another band. He's usually with the Roots, as his band, but now he's with another band. And what y'all think of this production on this album?
But,
Musically, it sounds good to me,
yeah,
but
better than I expected. I had no complaints.
Yeah.
I mean, I pretty much knew kind of what I was. Or I guess I kind of had my expectations set. Like, hey, we about to get into this album. I knew it was gonna be kind of a live band type thing. But it was better than I thought it was gonna be.
Same, same. It was better than I thought it was gonna be, and I'm convinced now at this point that I like Black Thought is great with a band, and I don't think he's as great with the standard hip hop production, in my
I
opinion.
disagree on that. I disagree on that.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, it's just this. Look, he's with the man most of the time with the Roots, so
Right.
that's why we say he's great with them. But a lot of their production sounds. I mean, it's not like it don't always sound like it's live.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I could say that he's great on guest spots. He never sounded whack, on no other song. So I think Black Dog can rap over anything at any time.
So then, what is it that makes some of his? Because, all right, if I'm honest, in my opinion, some of his other, uh, you know, albums, some solo albums were mid. In my opinion, I think this is even better than Chico's. I know a lot of people were loving Chico's last year.
No,
I
I
think
like
this is.
Chico's more than this.
I like this more than Chico's so far. I mean, that's just my
I
honest
mean,
opinion.
part of that to me is the production, man. So the producers he choose to work with, like I didn't the streams of thought, I thought those had very mid production.
Mm.
So, you could rap all great, but if your production ain't good, and it's not just when I say production, I don't mean just straight up just the beat, but like, does it switch? Who's the
Mm.
guests? Is it doing something different? What's it doing to stand out? You got some chicks singing sometimes, or whatever. I don't know, something different. Can't be the same thing throughout. And so, The issue with
Mhm.
those streams of thought to me is Black Thought rapping for, like Bryson said, 40 minutes, whatever, an hour straight, and his raps are amazing. But if you're not really sitting there want to pay attention to that, if you're not in the mood for that, if that's not your favorite thing, then you're not gonna stay focused on what he's saying. That's not gonna carry the whole album. You gotta have that variety and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, I love the beats or it switches on weather, and he starts
Mhm.
rapping faster in the second half. I love the is it Glorious Game? Yeah, Glorious Game where that hook,
Mhm.
Pippin ain't dead. I love the singing in the background and all that, and so do think that is what's missing in some of his other solo albums. It's just like you said, just him rapping, and it's not enough of the other music stuff coming
But
in. So,
that's why I like Cheat Codes. I thought Cheat Codes had weird, different types of beats that kind of stand out to me as Danger Mouse production. So you get
mhm.
some weird samples, some weird different things, weird drum patterns and stuff in there where Black Thought really shine. And then you had a lot of guests. So you really had stuff for
It
Black
wasn't a
Thought to play
lot,
off of.
but yeah,
I thought there was a lot of guests. I mean,
they were good.
far
Yeah, they were good. Really good.
far more than I would say for
A
any of those
normal
other
Black.
Black
Yeah,
Thought
yeah.
albums. Yeah. So in the roots, and this is why I think Black Thought works so well, is he's not always the only rapper on the songs. So you just have variety and different things happening with the roots and stuff like that
Hmm.
too. So I mean, this is why I love Black Thought. But it's easy to I see why somebody like Bryson would say it's too much or wordiness or something. Like I get it, and so I thought this was cool because it was short, even though it's a bunch of songs. I thought it came in like it felt short to me.
Yeah, it
I don't know
feels
if it
like it
actually was.
breezes by. I don't.
Yeah, but it felt like it was over with quick. And so that's one of the reasons why I thought it was so well done. The
Yeah.
production was cool. He had a little bit of different things going on. The choruses I thought were interesting and different than I expected. So I really had no complaints at all about it.
Yeah, I think like you said, so it comes in at 31 minutes total. And I do think that breezes by. I've never listened to El Michaels Affair. Are you familiar with them at all? Either of you guys?
I heard L.
Never
Michaels
heard of
affair with Freddie Gibbs,
Okay.
him.
so that was the only time I really knew, who they were. Or yeah, that was the only time I had heard of her. So I was, when I saw this, I said, okay, I think I heard of them before. I googled it real quick, and I remembered there was some songs that I had, checked out before, and so it worked out well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it worked out really well. Like I said, so and then I now in a lot of the albums, his other previous albums, sometimes I feel like there's always a few songs that I love from each of his solo albums. There's always a few songs, but then I always feel like some of the songs I can just feel like it's not, or like I don't know what it is. I'm not, his rhymes aren't standing out enough, or it just sounds like, it starts to sound like just noise or like background noise at a certain point. But this one, I felt like I don't know what it was, if it was the beats or, but his voice seemed like it just cuts through, and I was hooked on every verse. Some of them, it's like just him rapping, but it would just be. I was super, intrigued. I was entertained the entire time. But listen to his raps. I thought he was rapping about a lot of dope
Yeah,
stuff.
Black Thought's the best, man. I mean, rapping wise, I don't think nobody gonna really surpass his rap. So I thought this was a good blend. Like I think that's the thing with Black Thought is what is the mix? What is the thing that's gonna make it, especially to other fans, like people that's not big fans of his, what's gonna make it stand out to them? What's gonna make it palatable to some other people? And I thought this had a good mix to stand out. I thought it was great to me. Um, but I'm interested to hear, more about what Bryson thought about it.
Like I said, I just put it on an HEB, walking around. Sound the same to me, dog. That wasn't, I guess, a good listen because with someone like Black Thought, you actually have to sit down and listen to it and understand it. Like I said, there's something I never put on in the car because it's a lot. So
Mm.
I didn't give it the proper listen. I need this to be a headphones listen, sit at home alone, without kids and listen to it. I feel like
See, I had it on in my car when
I
I
had
took I had to take about an hour drive, so I had it on in the car. Listen to it then. It was like I said, it's short, so
yeah.
I was like, oh, it's over already. Okay, cool. And then I played what I played after. I played something else afterwards, so it was good. I was like, oh, this fits the mood perfect. And then I also listened to it while I was playing video games. I had it on in the background then, and I was like, okay, cool. So it still stood out to me. See, I wasn't focused on every word at that time, but I thought it was like it still was good. So that kind of told me a couple different things about it.
Yeah, I played it on my way back to work first time from work on Friday. I played it. I had to drive. I took a long drive on Saturday, 3 hours drive or whatever, there and back. So I played it in the car. I played it on my headphones when I went out for a walk, and every time I played it, I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought every time I kept thinking maybe I'm like maybe I'm tripping and I'm just overhyping it or something. But every time I played it, I loved it. I love this album. I really have nothing negative to say about it. So
You know what this made me think about though?
what's that?
I don't remember the. I don't. I gotta listen to that Talib Kweli again. I remember liking it a ton and then not hearing it, and I'm like, dang, I would like to compare it to
Mhm.
where it really goes because we've been talking and we've been looking at different places and different chats and looking online and people talking about what's best this year, and I don't see that listed, and I thought it deserved to be up there when we heard it the first time.
Well, I think
So
people just not paying for Luminary and they don't want to talk about it. Again, I always think, especially with the mainstream media stuff, they don't want to talk about anything that's not given putting money in their pockets. They paid for, bought, and paid for, but from the streaming platforms. So they're not going to talk about nothing that's not on Spotify, that's not on Apple. They're not gonna do that because that would be talking about competitors. So they're not going to give quality any of that time, and they weren't going to give quality time even if you did drop it on DSP. So I mean, that
I
is
would have
what it
liked to.
is.
I wanted to. This made me want to compare it. And
Yeah.
I wanted to check it in and be like, okay, but I don't have the Luminary app, so see, this is why I get annoyed when I don't have quick access to music in one spot. But it's cool. I'm gonna check it out again, and we're gonna come out with we're gonna next week we're gonna rank them up, see like what we got ready for our best this year or something.
Okay, I was
yeah.
thinking we wait till middle of the year, maybe maybe something
Now
later.
we
But
could do a quarterly update. I like that.
all right, okay, cool, that's cool. So then, let's then any other idea thoughts on this album?
Now I'm gonna listen to it again. Now y'all making it sound
We'll see
real
how it stick
good.
around,
So
man. We'll see how it stick around because I mean that's one of the things. I thought the other Black Thought projects, the other solos, not cheat codes, but the other streams of thought or whatever, I thought those were great on one listen. And then I never wanted to, basically, never really went back to them.
Oh
They
no,
didn't have no
I
staying
never
power.
felt that way. I never felt that way. I always felt like again when Thought First Everybody came out, or certain like whenever like he'd have a
Yeah,
big single or something to come out, I would be like, okay, this song is dope. But then I wouldn't the album, and I put those songs in my playlist. But the albums and
mm.
stuff, I never thought were.
I'm just always so impressed by his rapping, man. I mean, the dude is just so proficient. So I love his rapping.
Yeah,
But it's like so I'll hear it the first time and I'm impressed by all the stuff I'm hearing. But as far as making something that stays in your ear, you gotta have more, different elements to it. It's missing those elements, especially production gotta be a thing. So that's why I thought Cheat Codes was good. And I think this one will stick around. But we're gonna see it next week or so and we'll do a ranking or something and see how we felt about it after a few more listens.
yeah. And I would love to know what other people think. I'm gonna put up a poll. Which one they think is better, either this or Cheat Codes. Because I love to hear. I know a lot of people had Cheat Codes highly rated. I love Black Thought though. Black Thought is. I mean, after this, I want to put him even higher, but he's my number three. I would say he could be easily higher on the day. Sometimes I have him number one. So he's the number one best concert I've ever been to. I'm going to the Roots Picnic this year. And I mean, Black Thought, I just feel like I can't say enough good things about Black Thought. I mean, he's dope. Doesn't get enough credit.
Definitely puts on a
that's
great
dope.
show.
Yeah.